As promised before Clarinet Fest, taking a moment here to talk about a new addition to our studio inventory. The Mopane wood Buffet R13 B-flat clarinet. This one is with sterling silver keywork. Hopefully, under the lights here, you can see some of the interesting grain detail in this wood. In every regard, it is an R13. It's R13 keywork, R13 bore, plays like an R13, but it is in fact made out of the Mopane wood. Now you might recall back around the holidays a year and a half ago, Buffet did a limited edition run of Mopane instruments, less than 100 globally. We had one of the Tosca B-flats and talked a little bit about it in the video and the comparison between a Mopane wood Tosca and a Mpingo wood, the standard African blackwood Tosca, and some of the observations that I had about the comparison, the experience between the two instruments. And I'm finding similar comparisons here between the Mopane wood R13 and the standard Mpingo or Grenadilla or African blackwood R13. Now, big difference between now and a year and a half ago is a year and a half ago it was kind of a trial balloon for Buffet, and now it would appear that they are going into regular production with these. Not in the same quantities as the blackwood instruments, but they are a regular part of the catalog now. So this is something that we will be stocking ourselves. Some of what I talked about a year and a half ago, comparing the two species of wood, I think bears repeating here because it'll inform some of what I want to describe about this instrument. First and foremost, the Mpingo wood, Grenadilla, African blackwood, Dalbergia melanoxylon, however technical you want to get describing that wood, it is on the CITES endangered species list. It is rare. It grows in a fairly narrow environmental band in Africa. There's not a lot of it. The world's supply is shrinking, in part because of climate change, in part because of utilization. The fact of the matter is, it is in fact scarce, and there are international controls around what it can be used for and how it can be transmitted across borders, making it increasingly difficult for the instrument manufacturers to be able to get it and use it. So, thinking about the next many decades of our craft here, you need to think about alternatives that are going to give us the same kind of playing experience, but in more sustainable woods. Enter Mopane wood, which it's a little bit less dense and a little bit lighter than Mpingo, but it's pretty close. It is also frequently used for making musical instruments. Important distinction here, it grows in a wider environmental band in Africa, pretty much all of South Africa. The trees grow about 3 times as large, although the diameter of the trunks is about the same as the Mpingo tree. So it's more available, it's more sustainable, and it is perfectly serviceable as a turning wood for making musical instruments like clarinets and oboes. So we have this alternative, and it's quite attractive to look at, but it's also quite attractive to play. Now, the difference in the density and the weight of the wood, I think, comes through a bit in how these instruments play. Doing a straight A/B comparison, like for like, with the Mopane Tosca and the Mpingo Tosca, or in this case with the Mopane R13 and a Mpingo R13, I do find, at least so far with the limited number of examples I've had the opportunity to play, that the Mopane wood instruments are a little bit less narrowly focused, I think, in terms of the sound. Not in a spread sort of way, but a little bit more cushion, a little bit more plush, I would say, in general. Whereas with the Blackwood instruments, I think you're really on pretty narrow rails there. It's easy to get a really kind of dense, penetrating sort of sound there. Not that you really have to work at it with the Mopane, but it starts out a little bit more covered, which I think a lot of players do favor. Now, that brings us to the question of, well, if you do want a little bit more intensity, a little bit more focus, a little bit more density to the sound, how do you do that if you're starting with something that's already got a little bit more cushion to it? And so that's what I wanted to talk about today, and get a special tool out here that I think will help to show the difference here. Let's see. No, that's not it. No, that's not it. Yep, here we go. It's this. Okay. And voila. We have what I am calling the sandwich cookie clarinet. So what I've done here is I have swapped out the bell and the barrel off this instrument with blackwood, pulled off another instrument. So in this case, this is actually a Prestige bell, but I've also tried this with a standard blackwood bell, and experimented with both stock as well as Menig blackwood barrels as well. So what I've found is that you can actually bring back some of the greater density, intensity, even resistance of the slightly denser blackwood with these two simple changes. So you get a nice blend of the color and the flexibility of the Mopane body, but with a little bit of greater focus and direction coming from the Mpingo components, especially with the Mpingo bell. I feel like you can get a little bit more carry in the sound. And so, of course, a point of resistance might be, well, why would I want to buy an instrument where I'm just going to be trying to emulate a different kind of instrument? And what I think this actually does is makes it possible to, in a single clarinet, get a little bit more, or maybe a lot more, variety in the palette, the things that you can do with the instrument. You can make it a little bit more covered. You can make it a little bit more pointed and directed. You can make it a little sweeter, which might be more appropriate for chamber work. And then slap a Prestige bell on, and you've got something that's got a little bit more slam for playing in a larger ensemble like an orchestra. So it actually, what I'm finding, gives you a wider spectrum, a broader palette to play with than an all blackwood instrument, because you're only working with one material there. Maybe for a future exercise here, I'll kind of turn the cookie inside out and try with Mopane barrel and bell on a Mpingo instrument and kind of see what happens there. But I think the big takeaway is that this new material, this new old material, is giving us the opportunity to paint with some different colors, but still not to get too far away from how it is that we've been voicing our playing all along here. You can get to pretty much exactly the same place we've always been, but then you can go some new and interesting places with it as well. But overall, I think the Mopane wood it works in both regards, with or without the mixing going on. It's an R13. It plays like an R13, scales like an R13. Key work is like an R13. Same idiosyncrasies as an R13. I would say the same thing about my experience with the Tosca. I would fully expect to find that with the other models that they're starting to roll out in Mopane wood as well. So if it's something that you want to experience, stop in. You're welcome to come and play with any combination, all Mopane, or slap some other parts on it. Or if you don't have a chance to come and visit us, check out some of the other dealers that are out there who also are trying out this new material. And I think that this is very promising for the future of our craft. We do have natural alternatives to this endangered species here that will keep us with really tremendous instrument options decades into the future. Oh, almost forgot. Cheers.